wala ngalandu maa ngi leen a nuyu ci beneen yoon ci Lima Gis Banjul jógee ci Gambian Talents TV seen mbokk seen xarit Pa Ousman Joof nekkal leen ci gannaaw microphone bi xam naa ne namoon ngeen ma nag waaye lépp lu ngeen ma nama rek lu ko raw laa leen nama dellu si waat nag pour waxtaan ak askan bi ci Lima Gis Banjul ndax man Lima Gis Banjul neexuma te lu ma neexut dinaa ko wax en tant que doomi réew mi muy loo xam ne nag lu am solo la géej naay ñëw ci télé bi géej ngeen maa gis ma jàkkaarloo ak yéen géej ngeen maa gis may waxtaan ak yéen ngir maa ngi busy woon all along xam naa ne am na ñu bari ñi ma laajte waaye ñi ma laajte yëpp nag maa ngi busy la rek ak jàppa moo tax gisu leen ma all this while I had a little bit of time pour seetaan wax sa xalaat music award bi nga xam ne yaa Sali Njie Sista Njie mu ko def ci jamono Celeb Avenue bi moo door award bi in 2014-15 yaa Sali knows very well that Celeb Avenue Mag Jallow Jerry bàyyi luñ leen dara. We will genuinely critique and criticize the award based on what we think needs to be done, based on what they have done right, everything luñ def ñu upload, but everything loo xam ne war nañ ko improve ñu wax leen ko. Lima Gis Banjul neexuma te lu ma naqari dinaa ko wax en tant que doomi réew mi. This is a step in the right direction. Lu bari texa yu bari am na. Surtout the past 2 years bi COVID ñëwee. A lot of people tried to do things. Li nga xam ne they were already established, especially in the cultural and entertainment industry. It's not only in Gambia. Everybody tried to be as creative as possible. And yaa Sali Sista Njie was not an exception in any way, shape, or form. She tried and even did one virtually, which is very good and important, and dinañ ko ci upload. Now su loolu weesoo def na ko ci COVID bi, def na ko prior to COVID. All these years we have seen how much the Wax Sa Xalaat award has grown, always met with controversies. Yaa Sali is a trailblazer, an iron lady, ku dangam, ku believe in herself and what she does. And the award is great. And I think it needs to be applauded. It needs to continue. Luñ wara continuer di def la. Réew mu nekk am nañ li nu mel. Ndax dama ko dee faral di wax ne ñun Gambia du ñuy faral di celebrate lu nu moom. Ñaareel we don't. Dañ dee xaar benn nit génn àdduna, benn nit dee, benn nit am dundatul ñu door ko celebrate. It's important that we recognize people. It creates all kinds of things. It creates entertainment for the music lovers and people in the cultural sector and entertainment industry. It creates employment opportunities for different stakeholders. Because doing the award, there is so much that is involved. Every stakeholder in the entertainment industry, almost am gachidara, from the producers to the videographers to sound engineers, ñi nga xam ne ñooy DJ, all the people, artists and bopa, bani, so many people, even fashion designers is am nañ ci stake. So everybody, media be, everybody who is a stakeholder in the cultural and entertainment industry, indeed you are a stakeholder in this, am nga ci interest. It creates entertainment, it creates employment, and it gets people off the streets. ñi nekkoon foofu noonu yépp guddi gi, they might have had an idle mind, but they're there. Man suma boppa, I've been so stressed and so busy with so many different things that you cannot even understand, especially today. But I created the opportunity to watch the award, which was great and wonderful. I enjoyed it. A lot of things has happened there, and we need to recognize the people who are doing great in the country. Very important. It will set the standard for the Gambian artists, and that is one of the things that it did. Pour ñu ñafe, ñu ñaxa, ñu liggéey, pare pour njëriñu, loolu lu am solo la. Now, all of that said, yaa Sali put in sweat and tear. I know it is very difficult and hard. I organize events all the time, Rolfi. I've been organizing events in Gambia. In fact, I organized the first Gambian Talents Award in 2008 in the Gambia in collaboration with Soul Sounds of Jollof Arts, Borom Capital FM Tay. And this is in the history books of the Gambia. In 2008, we organized an award, Kairaba Beach Hotel. Fuya Sali did a award bini. I know what it takes. I know what it is. Trophies ñoo defar yépp America fii lañ ko defaree woon. Suñ flyers yi America fii lañ ko defaree woon. So many things were at stake and we did so much. So I know what it is. Like organizing or putting together an award. Yàlla def na, at that time we couldn't continue. Of course, due to several reasons, it didn't continue. However, other people have taken it up. Kumelni Lamin Cham organized Nafi Award. Kumelni Ida Bidwell organized Nafi an award. Yasali came and held it down, and it is good for us to know the history and how far she has gone. It is great. She continues to do it, and it is important. We must applaud her and thank her for the great job that she is doing so far. However, in today's award, I'm a few things you have observed now for that I will talk about. If I don't do it right now, I will not have the opportunity to do it again, because during the week I'll be very busy. And motach, I am not even setting up my studio, but one the actual things I'm talking about. But I will just refer you to it. Now the award happens at Jama Hall. It is great and nice. Jama Hall has been the place where it happens, and it seemed to be a good place and a good fit for it. Now, what are some of the things that could have been done differently? Benna, Yasali, and everybody that is involved. Then you are hamne. This is something lo hamne. You are talking about a national award, the biggest award in the country, where all the artists, all the stakeholders in the music industry should be applauded, should be showcased. Lolo Dangawara set standards if you are doing things like that. And you should be able to know your stakeholders. Now, one of the first things we saw that has a backlash on the award, without a doubt, is ST coming out yesterday to announce that he has boycotted the award because last year an unfortunate incident happened with some of the fans of ST that led to allegedly the Halat team taking ST Brikama Boyo to the police. Leader for Meti ST at Timambi. Of course, from what we saw yesterday, ST said after they have engaged the management of the Halat and they decided to boycott the award the day before the award itself. This has a big backlash on it. There is no doubt, of course, over the years, ST been winning this Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, and People's Choice Award, and a lot of the awards, at the Halat Award. So him boycotting last minute was not a good idea. I don't know what could have been done differently, but we should be able to be strategic in our decisions, especially from the business perspective. There is no doubt that ST do liber ci Gambian music industry. That's just the fact. Do ci liber kilolachi. He's a very important stakeholder, a very important person in the Gambian music industry. And therefore, the Halat team should have been strategic in the actions that they took in terms of engaging ST and trying to see how best that situation could have been resolved, because they will never have a perfect award through any event, anything you do in this world. You will just never have a perfect thing. There is nothing like being perfect. Now, whatever happened there, could they have mitigated it to make sure that it does not repeat itself? Yes, very possible. So could Yasali have engaged, and the Halat team could have engaged, the management of ST and whatever it is that they thought was wrong to see how best they can settle it? Yes, rather than resorting to the police at the very instant, at the very end of the award and everything, which of course led to ST to actually, boycott the award this year. Now, some people are saying ST is big-headed. Whatever the case is, it's something that they could have been able to handle. I can understand how it is. Kularir. Nobu Ngarerko Kulajema Dugal in trouble. Obviously, it's a big and very tough one. But at the end of the day, I am also hoping that ST is not feeling big-headed. It's not feeling too big. It's not feeling yes, he doesn't need the award, as championed by some of his fans on his social media platforms and stuff after he made this announcement. He is not bigger than the Halat Award. Fala Gambia Tolu, this is where we are. It's the biggest award so far, like it or hate it when it comes to the music industry. There is none like it so far that has been consistent. And therefore, if recognized by that, it can go a long way for you. And I want to say to ST and Gambian artists, yep, ñu xamne Sadeka mola muna make first. Sadeka mola muna make first. You can have all these recognitions, possibly internationally, pour you recognize, pour you endorse, la luci bari. You need the backing of your country, from the political backing to all the other things I'm talking about here. And the political backing is a completely different story. The backing of your government is very important for you to make it internationally. Not to say you have to be involved in politics, get me right, because sometimes we don't think outside of the box. But having the endorsement from your country, such as them having a diplomatic passport, things like that. Amna yena place ñoo wara dem dinañ soxla some paperwork that would show that okay, they are recognized. The government taking you as an ambassador. We see it everywhere around the world, including even in Senegal, our neighboring country. You see them wherever the government goes, wherever the cultural sector goes, they go with an entourage. They go with different type of people, stakeholders in the industry. Settle musicians, they take along comedians, they take along ustaz is berse bu passe ni bi yusundur di dem fofu dafa yobbu comedians yi dafa yobbu TV presenters yi dafa yobbu be ustaz sax yobbu wale nako berse this year. So it's a whole complete package where nobody should feel indispensable. Nobody should feel I can do it for myself, by myself, but actually get into the nitty-gritties of understanding how it works. That whether media bila, sometimes Gambian artists, including ST, would boycott the media or doing fulal media lubari. I'm saying it because I run a media platform and I know what it is. We have dealt with all of them and they make it extremely difficult for us to a great extent, thinking they should only grant you an interview when they have an album launching coming, when they have a press conference and things like that. That is the only time the Gambian musicians, for the most part, including ST, that's the time that they want to grant interviews. And that's not how it should be. So I want to tell ST and all of them to now open their ears and know that Lee is a collective effort, from the government to the media to the producers, the promoters, everybody who has a stake in the entertainment industry, in the music industry. We all need to learn to work together. Yen musicians, and now in this case, it is ST that boycotted, and that is why his name is coming up. That's why his name is coming up. Now that said, we talk about the award. ST, his absence, of course, has an impact because he used to bring in a lot of fans from the audience to a crowd being the cheering up, the performance, the demeanor, the everything. Yes, he used to bring in a lot to the Halat award. It's no doubt. It's no doubt. He had pulled in a lot of people in there who came in as a result of him. So, however, whatever can be done to mitigate this, and I don't have the answers at this point, but all stakeholders from Yasali to ST to all the other stakeholders, I would recommend, you said, pour get this reconciled and get this together to the extent that, ST will be back to honor and participate in the Halat Award. So far, unless it doesn't exist anymore, but as long as Muge happen, it is the biggest award. Lima Gis Banjul neexu ma te lima na xari man dina ko wax en tant que doomi réew mi. Wax sa xalaat award 2022. The boycotting of ST, there is no doubt it has a big impact on the award, and hopefully it can be fixed. Now that said, the event started late too. Could it be as a result of the crowd? I don't know yet. Fanta came on the stage with Andy Spike and said it. They apologize for the late start. Normally, that's the time being their wrap-up award. But apparently, that was the time that they started after 1 o'clock. Was definitely the time that they should have ended or wrap up or close to it. An award usually happens a little earlier. So it would have been nicer or nice to actually do it earlier. Now, as we set standards, as we do things, as we copy things that are done around the world, while as we do copy, as we initiate and innovate the things that are done around the world, we should be able to actually find a way of doing it based on standards if we want to be taken seriously. Now, the late start of the event, certainly, a big impact on it. The choice of entertainment. The event was good. They have a few people. I know generally, they have had people that were, I would say, bigger, did more things to have been the entertainers for the event. This year, been in city comedians pour guy def entertainment. Indi nañ Ses Ngom pour mu def entertainment. Indi nañ Afrofusion dancers pour ñu def entertainment. And of course, the Cypher, Mike Jeda and his team. Now it's important pour ñu bàyyi xel timing bi coordination be was not as effective. Of course, J Life and his band also did entertainment. All of this is important. But how tactical were they with timing? There were lots of gaps in between. An award, this to the best of your ability. It should be like this, to the best of your ability. But it wasn't. It was one of the gaps that I hope next time Yasali and team would make a concerted effort to make sure that it is closed. Because there shouldn't be any gap. Now the DJ seems to be a rookie. Whatever his name is, Anta Akini Fanta dafa bañ be diko door dala address ko in the middle of the show. The DJ could have been much better. He could have done a lot better in terms of the entertainment, in terms of being on point, in terms of not allowing dead air to happen. If anything, any break in music or in MC Senwach, Kui stage, whatever, the DJ should have just had so many music lined up. And as Fanta was telling him, over the years, DJ Sindan am dañ dégg galan. Dinañ la indil Born Africans, dinañ la indil Moussa Ngom, dinañ la indil Amin Abdul Qadir, dinañ la indil Usulayon Ndiaye, dinañ la indil Amin Rebellion de Recola. They had different artists, different Gambian musicians of different generations. So any gap America, the DJ brought it on. So Yasali and the DJ, make sure next time you get the DJ is on top of his game, or you get a better DJ if that's what it's going to take. This is an award, and again, I remind you, it's a national award, and that is why I am taking this time to actually do this. I haven't done shows for a while, but it's important for the DJ to have been on point in terms of bringing different music, different entertainment, in between. Loolu lu am solo la. Now leneen loo xam ne mooma gëna am lifin sax categories yi nga xam ne select nañ ko. Again, Yasali, awma time pour one leen lii. But I would have done a proper show where I will cut these videos and show you some of the categories, the people that you selected in some of the categories. Was it a political move or something? Were we trying to get as many artists as possible in this award? Or whatever? I know, of course, the number used to be way too much. But I'm not certain categories. The names I saw there, I will understand ga indil ma ñom Uche ñom Awa Gambi ñom Dog Father and all those people under new artist of the year. But there are several Gambian music videos of these people ñoo xamne ñoo nekk at the top of the game at this point that are putting so much. I didn't see those videos in there. And again, this could be a personal preference. But if we are talking about the biggest Gambian award, music award of the year, you should have been able to bring in those people, those artists from that place. I ñom ST, ñom Jisul, Attack, Hussein, you name it, ñom all the latest videos that have been produced. Ñun lañ fa wara am. Not to say ñeneen ñi seen videos are not nice. Not to say they are not nice. A good number of them tried and they did their part. They did their best. You are talking about the biggest music award of the country. Therefore, standards should be there. Now, some of the categories, you talk about reggae dancehall artist of the year, which A2, the Fulani, ended up winning. It's nice. But when I look at it and the songs that were played, there is no doubt that Royal Messenger is a reggae artist. But what song of Royal Messenger did you have? What song of Royal Messenger did you play? Afro songs la. Mbalach. It wasn't one of his dancehall songs. It wasn't one of his dancehall songs. So when picking, make sure for each of the categories that you guys are picking, pick a song that really will depict it. Sumatogeri Dega, Afro-Manding Artist of the Year. I want to hear an Afro-Manding beat or flow. If I hear a reggae artist or dancehall artist, I want to hear some reggae flow. I want to hear some dancehall flow. It should just tally for some of those categories. You go and listen to it. I don't have the time to play all of those things. If I want to go back and sit down and chop all these videos, it's going to take me time. And I really want to do this. I really want to give this feedback to Yasali and everybody else that is involved as we are trying to take this to the next level. some of the awards, some of the songs that were nominated still. I talked about some of the categories that you elected, you nominated to say, okay, hip hop artist of the year or reggae artist of the year or whatever. Did you choose the song that actually depicts that genre of music? Whether it's reggae, it's hip hop, it's malach or whatsoever. Did we choose that? Did we choose that? No, we didn't. Some of the songs are, but some are not. So for each category, I will recommend you bring music that is actually within that genre. I talked about the music videos and some of those songs that are actually, there are way better videos than those. Some artists have put in a way lot more. But I can understand. You try to see what category you will put some of these other artists so that you push yefi, tankhale, gizemu tuti, flex and muscles. It's an opportunity to give people an opportunity through. But there should be standard set to it. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Now, some of the songs that were selected were actually from the previous years. I can understand you choose foreign artist of the year. If you say it's 2021 that you are trying to get people for, some of the artists and some of the songs that people were nominated for were actually nominated. These are songs that happened in 2019, 2018, or thereabout, such as Dohi Bandi of DJ Limbo. Nothing against Brother Limbo. Of course, does he qualify to be one of the artists abroad? Yes. Ñi nekk fofu nonu ay ñom JOJ, ñom Mary Njai, Pa Saliu ak Limbo. Yes, they all fit there. But the other categories that, they've been put in. Some of those songs, if you say it's 2021, get 2021 songs. I know song in Miss JOOF'S and a few songs that were nominated. You are calling it 2021, award. Well, unless you lag behind COVID, if that is the rationale behind it, to say a COVID 2021 happened on, so we are bringing it, then you fast forward. Should we have taken songs from 2021 or songs from 2022? I'm saying this because I heard the MC and the Fanta saying multiple times that this award is for 2021 award, Naka 2021 year. I've heard them say it multiple times. They said it was for 2021. Now, some of the songs were before 2021. Some of the songs that are there are in 2022. So which is which? Which is which? Loolu moy tax mu xawa controversial, gëna controversial. I remember people will bring these type of arguments up. Okay, well, song big guy in the song Ikibi is not in the year that they are talking about. We not ko deserve ko or something because song being choose neku time bi nga xamne mom lañ choose loolu nono. How is that? How can you reconcile that for them? How are you going to justify that? So people have that type of notion, belief, etc. I know there would be controversy regardless of what. You cannot satisfy the people. But make sure that when you are doing this and you're trying to give credibility to the award and everything, let's make sure what we say is what we are going to do. When you say it's year 2021, make sure you bring in songs and productions that were done in 2021. You cannot say 2021 and you bring in content for 2022 or you bring in content for 2019, 2018 or thereabout. That's just the fact. Now, the Lifetime Achievement Award and the Honorary Award and all of that are these great things. Wonderful. Komel ni Mam Tamsir Ndiaye realizing his work for Gambian entertainment is great to recognize him. It's great to recognize Komel ni Langom Abdul Kadir. Papa, you can see the happiness in him, especially when Sesngom was singing his song with Barhama. He got on the stage and sang along with them. This is great and wonderful. And it's important to recognize those things. So we want to applaud that move and say, keep on celebrating our legends while they are alive. It means a lot. Normally, ñun defuñ lolu. Ñung fi di gorante arrière di damante rek and the like. And the like. So it's very important to actually get these things done. Now, that said, two of the things that were very important to me, and it will be the focus of my conversation mostly, has to do with the artists themselves. Gambian artists. Mal ñaax leen, encourage leen pour ngeen grow up. You may find yourselves to be young, thinking you are in your 20s. All of you. Also, bari 30 or early 30s. But yen ñi nga xam ne yéen a nekk di reign, yen ñi nga xam ne yéen la ñoo recognize mostly di participate ci awards yi and the fill up venues yi and the like. Mature up, grow up if you want to be taken seriously with the international scene. Ku buga akara danga ñemeñ kaani. Man Lima Gis Banjul neexuma te lu ma naxari dinaa ko wax en tant que doomi réew mi. Now, why am I saying this? Sitting there watching the award, I'm very happy to watch this. Talk si suma saal. Di ko seetaan. Suma xale duga génn a couple of times and they hear and saw it and be like, Daddy, what are you watching? I was excited to show them and talk to them and have them try to tell them about it. Now, it wasn't until the award started coming. I saw people on the stage. I forgot the name of the girl. Decipher bi di ek or ñom may gédak ñi janxa bobu ñewon fofu nono. And I've been saying this, and I wish Gambian musicians understand this. I'm not certain words you use them in your songs. It's not gonna pass. If they're not family-friendly songs, even YouTube and all these places, sometimes they just don't realize it. Algorithms, you don't pick it. Sometimes it could be because of our accents and stuff. Some words like the N word. Some of you are used to saying, nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. I have to say it. Pour ngeen xam ko. Lii wax naa ko attack. Interview naa ko wax ko ci. Lii interview naa si ST wax ko ko. Years ago, 2012, 13, 14, interview naa Bai Babu and I told him this. I have interviewed a good number of Gambian artists who use these N words, these S words, from Jizzle to Attack to Bai Babu to ST to Viper, my own cousin Amadou. I interrogated them very well on these things. The use of the N word. 10 songs yet you nekk fa the use N word, nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. Wala S this shit, the F word, and all of these things. I have to say it. I don't like to, but I'm saying it so that ngeen xam ne li ngeen a def is not right. You may not know these meanings, or even if you do know the meaning, it's not okay. You do it for the kids. You do it for, your club bangers and all of these things. In this generation of social media, in this era of social media, where there are so many social media platforms, where families want to enjoy your music. I'm not saying you will not make your hits. Go ahead and do it, if that's what you think works for you. But I can tell you, any award around the world, and this is Sas Bima Sas Wasa Halat Timbi Ya Salinjai, censor your artists from the songs that you pick to the performances and the speeches that they give at the award. This is supposed to be a high-level event, a national event, a family-friendly event. Even though kids are not supposed to go there, but it's a national event. It's a formal event. Even though it's entertainment, it's the event of highest honor and caliber. So people should not be coming there and be listening to curse words. This is just the fact. Now, I have said my take with these things. If Amadou Viper remembers, I have had that conversation with Amadou Viper. I have had that conversation with Bai Babu. I have had that conversation with Jizzle. I have had that conversation with ST. I have had that conversation with Attack. Because I have interviewed all these people during their times. And the use of the N-word. America, Fini, any place, put them if I use the N-word and the F-word and S-word. Those songs don't make it on the airwaves. They are filtered. They are censored. They are cleaned. They have their cut and uncut versions. If they are going to the radio stations, versions you know play, action deme si awards, versions you know play. Dafa ute ak version you know play si club bi. Kudem si club bi lola bugadinga. Fair enough. Give them that vibe. Go there and use the N word, the S word, the B word, the S word, and all of those things. Go there and use it. And you will be fine. Kendula wahdara for the most part. Because that is what the club is for. People go to the club, you them the club, they go there for that. You them the club, they go there for those type of lyrics. But man nakalai toge, they deglo hale bu jigen bo no they rap, they use lolu. I don't want buguma suma xale ñu dégga loolu buguma ñu dégga ko. Now anywhere else you perform it could be okay. I remember Big ID def open mic, the last open mic that took place. I've said this as well. They invited the Justice Minister Batambedu ak politicians yi ak koto yu bari fofu nono. Respectable people in the community, in the country. And then you will use this S word and N word. Artists, white lens and mouth. When you do your performances, I'm not saying, I mean, you need to change it if you don't want to, but certainly dinen am fu ngeen tenka sen boppa ben tay with the type of music you are doing. And right now, they brought it home. I remember doing the 2013 Song of the Year Award. This is the time I used to run the Gambian Talents Radio before the Gambian Talents TV, and I ran this on Paradise FM on the Gambian Talents Radio back then. When we did the Song of the Year Award, guess what? Killer Ace, I think, was the winner of that. T Smalls was the winner of that at the time. Killer Ace got the first runner-up. We had all the songs that was there. Humanity Stars, Killer Ace, ST, all the artists Midon Trends were nominated for this award. This time, guess what? ST Mima Ibe show bidi waxi mom ci gannaaw for his boycott. His song Njunku had just came out, the first song that he did in Mandinka, because ST used to rap in English. He did Njunku in Mandinka, and he realized this is my niche. Mu decides to change Luchibari. Njunku. He knows what I'm talking about. I have interviewed and engaged him on this song. Within a 3 to 4 minutes period, ST has used the S word in that song 13 times. We have to put a beep on it. It took my colleague hours to sit down and beep the S word that ST was using. And I said, I'm not going to go through this. I'm not going to do that work for them. Let them clean their songs. ST knows what I'm talking about. I have talked about this back then, over and over. The Gambian Song of the Year Award. We organized it in 2013. Njunku by ST. Go back and listen to it. 13 times. We have to beep it. S word. And all the other words. He has done a great job, though, in trying to clean his songs. But some of his songs still has some of those, like the Mandinka Warrior and them. Now, Lichigena Bon Nagmoy, they are bringing it home. Now, so many then use the S word in English, the F word, the B word, the N word in English. Lulu sax di nga ne maybe waaw dañoo copy li jógee bitim réew waaye léegi Gambian artists yi words yooyu la ñoo use ci local language bi. Kaddu dafa rafet dañ ko odda man li ma gis Banjul neexuma te lu ma naqari dinaa ko wax en tant que doomi réew mi. Kaddu dañ ko odda. You listen to Nyancho, his police song. I dohot, a puchi parat. You listen to Nyancho, you hear him saying puchi demal nga deglu song be. At the beginning of the song, you hear Nyancho talking about fuso. Dohot. Do you have to throw in these indecent words in your songs? You're doing a song to celebrate our, police, to celebrate our men and women in uniform, to celebrate the community, to celebrate, community policing, to encourage community policing. Lan la fa doxot uti, Nyancho? Lan la fa uti? It's not different from using the word shit. It's no different from using the word shit. Nyancho said it in that song. You want to check this out. You want to be able to pay attention to it. You perform this in front of dignitaries. You perform this in front of ikilifas. Nit ku nekk dañ ko ciral, nit ku nekk dañ ko jox ciram. if Yahya Jammeh was still president and he has some of those things and he understands ne lolu nga wax doto ko defati. We need to put some respect into some of these things. Now, it's a different story. Now, if you guys want to continue to entertain the young crowd who probably don't even know some of these words, but when you use it or they can relate to it, to the generation before Fulatolu, and you guys want to do it. But in an award and all of things though, and this is where you come in, Yasali, because artists would want to be on the Halat award, would want to be on the different awards. Media personnel would want to be on the GPU or Heroes Award and other awards you have come up, national awards that you come up. Then people who want to be in this platform, they need to set the bar high by working hard, by avoiding certain things, by putting the sweat and tear into it. This is one of the ways that the Halat Award can shape artists. If an artist's song is disqualified because they have curse words in it, they will actually watch it when they go back to studio. Munenyo dangal all they want. Munenyo dangal all they want, but it can influence them. It can influence them. And this is where the Halat comes in. Now, like I said, they are now using the local languages. As Nyancho would say, Puchi Paraj, whatever. Now, watching the Halat Award right now, hearing that girl singing and rapping and cussing and using all of these words in front of all those dignitaries and kotoye kilifa yune konfufu, it could be disrespectful. If you're talking about a national award where it's an event with a national character, where everybody can sit comfortably on their big TV screens and watch. Now, that is not all. Again, our time put defco. But for the sake of this, I was able to pull Hussein Darabi because Bobo catch my thing. When Hussein came to receive his award, event of the year, great. He looks sharp. Hussein is very articulate. He is very vibrant. He is very entertaining. He got the looks. He got the swag. And he sings good. But these curse words, they need to avoid. Listen to Hussein to see what he said when he came to pick his award. Listen to Hussein when he came to pick up his award. And you hear what he said.
Are you ready for the next phase? Are you ready for the next phase? Please help welcome the beautiful
Artist of Album of the Year award. When Hussein was called to come and get the Artist of the Year award. I'm not Artist of the Year, actually. Event of the Year award.
Wow. We're back.
Just listen to the guys.
Thank you very much. Now we're coming to the final part of the night. This is where all the juicy awards. I feel like, you know, when you're eating, I'll just say this in Wolof so it makes more sense. I'm going to say like a malabutanga, Kembi. Ah? Kembi. I'm going to say like a Kembi. Jereje fwa dale. You're not for today. You know, I'm just noticing it. You're just noticing this? Wow, ginger plus ginger equals spicy. Spicy. Spicy, aka spike. Wow, Limota na dengan one of them Tijania fashion shop. Nekacha Kairaba Avenue. A round of applause for Tijania, please. And of course, for Anik for dressing up front as well. Absolutely. Anik's been killing all of my fits. So, you know, I have nothing to say, you know. But now, enough about this. For event of the year, it is only right to bring a woman that brings about the biggest events in this country. Please put your hands together for Hadify of Absolute Entertainment as she's about to present the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, event of the year, to present this award, Hadify Ahmad. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the nominees.
Now listen to this, event of the year. Here are the nominees. As they announce the nominees, event of the year. Obviously, with all of this, ST was nominated for all these categories, but he was deleted, or taken out of it eventually.
I have nothing but love and admiration for Hussein Dada. Congratulations.
Now, Hussein Dada has been announced as the winner, event of the year, and you can see him walking up the stage and doing his things.
There you go. Events of the year.
Killer season. Them dead. Dada.
Hey, yo.
Chosen one. Nimbo said the stage work and Yale come on.
Everything like
So expressive, Yalo come on. Nina Damen killing il pay out of Musabalikana.
highway walk come to know. Hey, I'm out of here, bro. 2022, 2021. Baddest boy that are 002 and yata me yata namandia me Buddha neo.
You hear that? 2021, 2022. Bad boy Dada. Adiata me, wolem namandia me ye Buddha neo. Namandia me ye Buddha neo. Yasali, so they gute sauce. While some of the people on the crew, I know Fanta is sauce. Ask Fanta for mu translator lalulu. Namandia me ye Buddha neo. How can you say this in an award? A national award that is on national media, that everybody is watching. Namandia me ye Buddha neo. It's rather unfortunate. Yasali, mangla ñaax nga wax ak ñom Dada, wax ak all of them to make sure that in fact they avoid things like that. They avoid words like that. Because ak nu munti demee, it's just not right. It's just not right. Talk fofu nonu kilifa yi talk ku nekk talk fa ngay wax waxi Buddha newong. Ku ko déggut ci olof. Mu ne 2021 2022 moom mooy waaja mooy bomba kum neexut nga marsa muuti bi. It feels very uncomfortable to say this, but this is what he said. Kum neexut nga marsa muuti bi. Ndax Hussein Dada war naa taxaw ci award di wax loolu. Ndax Hussein Dada war naa taxaw ci award di wax loolu. It's rather unfortunate. ñëpp tàccul ko. Whether we know and understand these things, you would not see any international artist, I don't care where it is in this world. I challenge you, anybody that is watching right now, I challenge you. Show me anywhere in the world where an artist is saying that at an award. Artist bu taxaw ci kanami award. Di wax loolu. Di saaga nit ñi. Wax dañ ko order. At some point, they need to be able to watch it. They need to be able to watch it. It's not okay. It's not. It's not okay. Now, Hussein Dada wasn't alone in this. He wasn't alone in it. There are other people who were actually saying the same thing or using the same words. Who else did that? Attack. And lan la Attack wax mom tamit bim ñëwé taxaw for his part he also said something like that. I'm trying to pull that ngeen balal ma fi rek. I'm trying to pull what Attack also said during his part. Let me see here.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Flex Fusion Dance Academy.
Ngeen balal ma rek. I'm trying to pull this here.
Slogan. Picture of the
Yes.
year.
When he was called for the Song of the Year award. When Attack came on stage for the Song of the Year award is what I am looking for.
I mean, if you put in the hard work surely pays.
Next week.
Ngeen balal ma rek as I try to pull this here for Attack when he came on stage.
Good morning, everyone.
And the things that he said.
I'll make this really short. It's a long night. Are you guys saying something? And the winner for the Song of the Year,
Yeah, it is.
2022 goes to Bandy Attack featuring Kizzle.
Bandy Attack featuring Jizzle.
Gentlemen,
Song of the Year.
Song of the Year goes to Attack featuring Jizzle. Bandy.
Jenga. Even the song, they use the N-word. They're using the N-word in the song. But that's not all.
Yeah. No doubt. Bandy's Song of the Year. And thanks to my fans, you know what I mean, once again, I'm giving this big win to Seka Bits and my nigga Scopy.
My nigga
You know what I
Scopy.
mean? Didn't want to it's for Gambia, our Gambia, put it in your play, you know what I mean? So more songs coming, more songs of the year coming, you know what I mean? Nilunda like isago la dara. You have to say holy again, li pour ñom.
See? Dafa wax kàddu gu rafet ba pare ñëw sukul Ramadan bi. More songs coming. We put in a lot of hard work. Li pour yéen la suma fans yi, yéen laa ko dedicate. Said all the good things. Fan la ene my nigga Jizzle. Ñoo xam ne seen xol yaa ngee doxot li pour ñoom la. Can you guys try to use some decent words? Especially in a situation like this. These big national events. Can you try to use some decent words? It's only my take. Lima Gis Banjul la te Lima Gis Banjul man neexuma te dinaa ko wax en tant que doomi réew. Now this amongst many. Attack di wax ne ñi seen xol yi di am ñi nga xam ne ñoom la seen xol yaa ngi ñoo xam ne ñoom la seen xol yi di doxot li pour ñoom la. Usain Dada di wax ne aye Buddha newo. It's very undecent. And I would wish en tant que doomi réew yaa Sali wax sa xalaat and the team to actually work on these things, to set those standards, to talk to the artists. If it will take sending out a memo, organizing a workshop, talking to them to understand the importance of these big events and how everybody is a stakeholder. It's going to be hard for the event to be successful to those international standards. They can do all kinds of music. I'm a promoter. Every time you get organized events, you get work even on our festivals and stuff. And certainly any song we saga aki de do ko make xawma event keneen de ñeneen ñum neex ñu yóbbu leen ñu lifin leen. But man, with the type of crowd and the type of things I'm doing internationally, I would not get anybody ko xamne dafa dem di saga fofu di use I N word, F word, B word, whether si Olof nga ko wax, si Manjago, si Sose, si Jola, si Mansowanka, Saraxule, it doesn't matter. Si ban laka nga ko wax. To ñoom yaa Sali nak seen choice la. But I am reminding them that ñu ne national event la ñoo organize. Tour dafa uyu borom ci tour bi, ci jikko ji, ci melo bi ak ci jëmma ji. Fim nekk nii, this event is bigger than you, yaa Sali, is bigger than all the people on your crew, and is bigger than these artists, and they need to know. If you are going to find resources, I will encourage you. Find resources, organize a workshop, engage the artists, Tell them that they are stakeholders in this. And suñ bëggee pour mu succeed, pour mu mëna am that recognition everywhere around the world. Fokk ñu def lolu. You cannot be involving Kilifa everything, and I know you want this to grow. You want it to grow. You are having corporate partners now. You are. You're having corporate partners. And for the sake of it, whether it's a corporate partners, international partners, I mean, your viewers, your audience, your followers, your fans, your supporters, they need to respect the event. Now, anywhere else, si ñoom la des. Si ñoom la des. Award la wax de. Award la wax. Sometimes nak ñun dañoo roy daaxa. Wala liñ te garax ci xànjar. Wala porom. Ñun faana ñu ne luñ te garax ci xànjar. Waa Banjul ne luñ te garax ci porom. Let's set the standards. Let's avoid the curse words. It doesn't matter in ban làkka nga ko def. Engage them. Let them know that they are stakeholders and they have a stake in this will help you to grow it. Ku foog na yaasale nga defal li déedéet. You're doing it for Gambia. You're doing it for yourself. It's very important. There's always room for improvement. Yaasale is a trailblazer. En tant que doomi réew, Lima Gis Banjul laay wax rek te neexuma te li ma naqari dinaa ko wax man. Su ko jëlee wasalaam. Su ngeen ko jëlee wasalaam. Su artist yi jëlee wasalaam. But I think it is important to pay attention to it. If you do your songs, do 2 versions. The one you are going to play in your club bangers and stuff, and the one you are going to play in official events like this. Student school invite xale yi, primary school, elementary school. I see some of them playing at elementary schools. I see some of them having birthday parties and inviting them. I remember Jizzle amna benn xale bu amon birthday am, and he's so much of a fan of Jizzle. Jizzle si boppam moo post on loolu 2-3 years ago. When xale bi loves Jizzle so much, yaayam brought Jizzle for him as a birthday gift. And the kid was so hyper and excited and was dancing to Jizzle song. He was singing Jizzle songs word per word. Word per word. This was less than 10 years old. That kid was less than 10 years old. If those kids are looking up to you, you should be able to watch it, especially for when you go to those places. Now, schools, you invite them to perform. For the kids and other formal settings, they need to understand and know these lyrics. They need to understand and know these lyrics. Maybe that's what it is. Nobody in the entertainment industry, for the most part, is interrogating them. When I had all the time in the world and I did shows, I used to interrogate them. I used to spot it out. I used to bring it out. And yes, no doubt, when we had Celeb Avenue, the things we did on Celeb Avenue was definitely holding our artists to standard. We did critique them and criticize them very well. And Sugai Toge, yes, some of them even did songs on us. I remember G time Bimone Kachindendami. He did a song, they mentioned us in there, Celeb Avenue, those days. Because we used to be on their case, watching them and criticizing them genuinely on the things that they were doing. Genuinely. Not for bring them down or anything, but just to set the standards. We hold them to account. So def dara nag nekatulo pour yow. Xawma ci sa fan base bi de. Ci club si ak everywhere. But at events of national characters, that is my focus. Event of national characters. Watch what you do. Events you are inviting Kilifas. Watch what you do. Bring out positive content, entertaining content, educational content, whatever you are going to do. For some of you that are watching, getting in Jeff Al Amin Mune for real uncle, you will never heard those in other international awards around the world. And muy degit, doko dega si an international award, ki wax nonu ne you miss Celeb Avenue. You are right. You are right. Done. Jallo Jerry is here. She's here. Just 2 weeks ago, rek wax nak mom. We both got very busy and didn't have the chance to continue doing it. But yes, we did set the standards, and Gambian musicians did follow Celeb Avenue very well. They hesitated suñ leen invité on the hot seat. They hesitated to come to Celeb Avenue. Te suñ ñëwee lu leer la ñoo wax. We did our homework right. We interrogated them on the things that matter, from the way they talk, including Mom Sister Njai mi. First was the Halat Award bi. In fact, interesting enough, the first was the Halat Award when Sister Njai did the first award. Then ko criticize with the way she dressed as a tomboy. The next year when she came, si kaw stage bila taxaw mention suñ tur fofu. She put on a dress. When we told her this was a formal event and she needed to dress formally. When we interviewed and interrogated her, she may agree or not agree. She may agree or not agree. The following year, she came and dressed spot on. And she wrote it on her social media. Better, you see. I wish those platforms continue. I wish the younger generation you take over because you amatuñ that much time to do it. There are lots of people that are now doing these things. I wish they take over and they hold them to account, because that's what it is. The media holds them to account. We hold each other account in the different things we're doing. Don, I'm glad you used to follow Celeb Avenue. Each and every one of them. Jamono joju ñom G-Lag, ñom ST-Lag, ñom Aliou Badara Humanity Stars. It doesn't matter what genre of music they did. ñom Killer is. ñom ñep ku daan ñew suñ platform dañ dé ngembo bu baax, they get themselves really ready, because we did our homework right, and we interrogated them on the things that matter. On the things that matter. We did our homework right. I'm glad that you are watching it done, whoever you are. Yes, we interrogated them, all of them. All those people who were you told one Chijamano, Pa Malik Midi manage attack. Ask him when I interviewed him. When we interviewed him, all of them, we made sure they set standards. Bright Stars, you win the the activism award. I remember interviewing them, asking them so many questions back then. They didn't even have an account. When I told them, oh, how are they working together? Do they have a contract? You know, they are friends. They know each other. They've been working together for a long time. They know each other. Ñom need to put on a contract. Then I told them they were acting like kids, and I told them the tips that they needed to do and the like. They established themselves as professionals, and I was very glad to hear them talking about entertainers in music entertainers, and music businessmen. So whatever term that Yafa used on the stage, calling themselves like entertainers, entrepreneurs, I mean, people in the business now. They have their contracts, they open their bank accounts, they have all of the things, because I told them what they would have needed in order to be able to have opportunities to travel or be taken seriously when it comes to music. Now they're having contracts. If they want to work with UN and a lot of these institutions, they will write a check that would be paid in the name of an institution, not an individual. So Gambian artists have a long way to go when it comes to setting themselves up from a professional perspective. I've shared these things in the past in terms of having a website, in terms of having an event calendar and things that they log in terms of having a bank account, in terms of registering their businesses, their music, or whatever they are doing in the name of an entity, a band, a group, an artist, whatever you are going to have. Register it with the AG chambers and with your local government, with GRA. Have all of these things in the name of your business. Monies you are receiving, put it in an account. Let people pay you with check. Let people pay you with checks. Or if they give you cash, deposit it. Let there be monies going in and out of your account. These are all tips that would enable you to be able to travel internationally. I will have shared some of these things in the past. In other shows, I want to see Gambian artists flying across the world. As we speak this weekend, Wally Seka is in Atlanta. I was promoting this show for the past 1 month. I was paid to promote this show for the past 1 month in Atlanta. If you watch Gambian Talents, ding ko fa gis so seete suma personal page bi ding ko fa gis. Those international standards, for you to have it, to be able to come internationally, especially with a ban and stuff. Xawma kende, but I am telling you right now, xawma yenen dekk yi nak ay Europe and other places, but I can tell you, you come to this place, if you have 50 people, 75 people, try nga. And I'm not saying this for anything. You can think that you are big. You are big. Now just watch the shows that they're doing. Because in them na Europe or otherwise. See where they're going. Purunga songs that people that can appeal to every crowd and not only the Gambians. Because when organize a Gambian artist, you took yep, kusi them Gambians in yobo for Gambian events. And mostly it's the event. Nani rapper in the Gambian artists na danko in the mom kena nga pull ko show. All of these young artists or young artists yini nga xamne they are new. Lima wax is a fact. Nañ them ñu establish something. Ñom Gambian artists yini. And I'm telling them facts as a promoter. And I know what I am saying. There is no event. It's not July 4th. It's not ALD. It's not the event in Miami, the Gambian reunion in Miami. It's none of these things. Let somebody invite you. I challenge you. Let somebody invite any of you from Nyom Gizul, Nyom Attack, Nyom ST, all of you lalawah. Let somebody invite you. Because man, this is how raw I've been. Nyom ENC, Killer Ace, all of you. Let a promoter or an institution invite you outside of do July 4, do ALD or anywhere. And say that more than 50 to 75 people. The person may chocho to you and tell you all the things that you want to hear. Promoter bila wax ne daf la indi neku dila wax dega. Even Wally Seka, they're struggling. Senegalese artists, they're struggling. And they will bring you only for the Gambian audience. That's the bottom line. The promoters only brings you for the Gambian audience. It could be okay and a stepping stone. But then wara buga more for ourselves. Festivals, places ñom sona jobatek ñom sura suso ak ñeneen ñi di toj. You want to perform in these platforms? Wala fu barhama demon? It's gonna be hard to make it to those type of platforms. With the type of music they do and the words that they use in their songs. That's why ñu bari ci ñom would distance themselves from me. Because I used to say it as raw as I am saying it right now. Depuis ci jamono, I mean, guy nak interrogate na, interview na ñom born Africans, interview na ñom fugitives, interview na so many artists. So many artists. Ci jamono juju, ñu tollu won ci jamono. From generation to generation. And I've been very consistent with what I told them. A lot has to change. Lying on Minyo Ononi, the type of music they did, better ñu am that international recognition. Ñom Musa Ngom, ñom Ifang Bondi, the type of music they did, better ñu exi fiñ exi. Ñom what's his name? Demba Konta. That you, the type of music they did that led to where they got to internationally. I know generations have changed. But Sedlen Sen Naulei, Sedlen Nigerian artists, Sedlen Senegalese artists, Sedlen Sierra Leonean artists, ak ñeneen ñi. Even when they sing sweet stuff. They would sing about love and all these things, which could be okay. You can use metaphors. Metaphors. Su ngeen bëggee toj fu kenn tojut foog ngeen def yenn yi di olof njaay di wax ne ku bëgga doon baxana dangaa njëkkaa nangoo doon daal ku bëgga akara dangaa ñemeñ kaane. Denzel Washington said, if you want something you've never had, You must do something you've never done before. So it could be okay in Gambia, you make millions. You make millions by having a show there. Now watch it. And I've been saying this. Soon def a show at the stadium or at any of these venues, we see the crowd, we see the heads. Now I'm saying this because I think when I was in Gambia in 2017, I went to some of their shows. In fact, whether it's in the Combos or in Farafenye, I went there at the youth center or high school in Farafenye and some in the Combos. All the kids, not all, astaghfirullah, but at least 75% of me attention shows yep are little kids. Below 18, underage kids. Ñu nekk fa di sagante, di tox, di jamante, di naan sangara, and do all of these things. It's only suñ dëkka that is not serious. Fa nga gis yooyu. Senegal will organize seen petit gàlle. Xale yi dem seen petit gàlle. Xale yi dem seen petit gàlle. Ñooy xale yooyu ñuy ñëw fele. Ñooy ñëw Gambia ci show yi suñ artiste yi. Ñun suñ artiste ñoo wax ñu makki. Xale yi dem seen petit gàlle. Seen age. Below 18 years old. Dem leen ngeen seet seen videos yi. If you happen to be present at any of their shows. 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old. Ñooy dem ci seen shows yi. Ñooy feesal venues yooyu. If the cameras were zooming into them, wala mu nekk a broad daylight, you take these people as they are coming into these venues. Nga seet them. Nga seet them. Most of the people going to their shows are kids under 18. Ñu taxaw foofu ngeen a use the S word, the B word, the S word, the F word. They use I fusi, I dohot, I Buddha. It's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Set the standards. Regardless of what it is. Dafa am loo xam ne da ngeen ko oo dëkk bi. Nekkatu leen xalel. Nekkatu leen xalel. You are not kids. And if you are ready for prime time, I will hope that you will consider my suggestion. You will consider what I'm saying. You don't have to take it. So leen neexee bu leen ko jël. But watch your language, especially at formal events. If you want to express yourself in your songs that you think your fans are gonna like, xale yi leena déglu di leen toppa, have two versions. Have two versions. That is where in every serious country though, including America gi ma nekk nii, that's what they do. And I remember back then, bima say interrogate ST, bima say interrogate T-Smalls, bima say interrogate Baye Babu, bima say interrogate Attack, bima say interrogate Jizzle, ak ñoom ñi ma interview yep some 5 or more years ago. I used to use Akon's song with Snoop Dogg. I will tell them. The original version of that song that is played in the clubs and stuff, I wanna F you is what they say, both Akon and Snoop Dogg. But everywhere you go on the radios, the video on the TV, on BET, on MTV and all these places, MTV and all these places, on YouTube, the video you see, the one they made a video for was the one where they said, you already know, I wanna love you, already know, I wanna love you. But if you listen to that original version, they are saying, I wanna F you, already know, I wanna. That's what they said. That's what they said. So whether it's America fee, whether ñoom Snoop Dogg la, whether ñoom 50 Cent sa, ñoom Jay-Z la, all of them ñoom Kanye ak ñi yépp nag. If they are in clubs, their performances could be different. But if they go to any formal place, they have their clean versions of these songs. This is the main reason why I came to do this show again. With the level big I told you, I could imagine Diesel doing that 5 years ago when he was starting. I imagine ST doing that with Njunku because he didn't have a lot of experience. I could imagine Attack doing that 4 years ago. He's been in the game for a minute. I interviewed Attack a couple of times. Each of them interviewing Allen. Each of these artists here interviewing Allen. It was tough before they accepted my invitation. Whether on Lima Gis Banjul, whether on Lutah Gambia Do Dem Show, whether on Celeb Avenue. I've interviewed them at different shows that I hosted. If they did it then, one can understand, but not in this day and age. Now, it's their choice to do it or not. But my recommendation, personally, at this stage, goes to Yasalinjai and the Wasa Halat team. Consider setting that standards by engaging the artists. And I want to recommend, you don't just get up and say, oh, they don't disqualify certain songs. It should be a process, in my view. Organize a workshop, get resources and organize a workshop to that effect. You may be able to get sponsors to organize a one-day workshop where you talk to them about this to understand their role in helping the award and events like that to take it to the next level as events of national character. Pour ñu recognize ko, pour ñu xamé ko, pour ñu ragné ko, locally and internationally. Let the theme be about that. And nga cabaxal for all of these things that they need to do, including the use of proper words. I mean, words that are not cursing. You dissociate themselves from using curse words. Write to them. Bindalen. Put publications on your social media. Go to the media and have interviews about it. Do a press conference about it. To boba artists yep xam nañ ko. Ku si choose pour def songs yoo xam ne dafa am all these curse words in any language. It doesn't matter Jola la, Njaago la, Mansuwanka la, Saraxule la, Wolof la, Pol la, Tukuro la, Angale la, Soose la, or France or whatever. If they choose to do it, then so be on them. Let that song be disqualified. And that way, a lot of them would be taught a lesson and they will pay attention to it. This is my recommendation to Yasali. And to all the artists, they want to make it internationally, I encourage them to actually try to change. Pa Ousmane Diouf la woon fii ci Gambian Talents TV ci Lima Gis Banjul waxta xalaat award bi laa jógee seetaan rek an Lima Gis Banjul neexuma te lu ma naqari en tant que doomi réew man dinaa ko wax ma génnoon ñëw pour waxtaan ak yéen rek nii la ko daan defee waxtu bu nekk dama géej a show ba fàtte ni ñoo showee it's been a minute I didn't do it, but these are things that are very important. Am na lu bari luñ war a def. Sentiment shows Sima Haidara needs me back on that, and I need to come back with her. Hopefully, I will have time to be coming with her to do it. The same thing with Lutah Gambia Do Dem Show. I need to do it. I mean, ak Lima Gis Banjul ni continue ko fan si xam naa ne namoon ngeen ma géej ngeen maa gis suma xel ak xool ak yëpp ak ci yéen. I just got busy with so many different things. But maa ngi leen a nuyu di leen gërëm di leen santa ci seen déglu ak seetaan bu rafet su dee bi mooy seen first time yéen a toppa Gambian Talents subscribe leen to suñ channel bi Gambian Talents TV toppa leen ñu ci YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat ak Twitter ak all social media handles ba pare it ku ci am sa business rek bëgg ko promote jokko ñu ci Gambian Talents TV maa ngi leen a bëggee leen gërëm leen santa Pa Ousmane Diouf la ci Gambian Talents TV indi loon leen Lima Gis Banjul